race fans begin to feel the hype on the track.
Melbourne comes along and everything changes.
Caplin News is live with a preview of Formula One. President Biden in the Sunshine State.
And he's acknowledged and he brags about it, Donald Trump.
Speaking about his opposing candidate for the upcoming election. And looking into mental health.
But trauma support was by far the biggest type of need globally that we provided.
And how war correspondents are fighting their own battles. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Jason Arrow.
And I'm Valentina Gaspari. Today is Wednesday, April 24th, 2024.
Live from the Lee Kaplan School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
With the big Formula One race days away, the organizers behind it are planning for success. Crews readying the outside of the Hard Rock Stadium for the big race are entering the final laps of their preparation.
Caplin News reporter Kenneth Bueno is live on Miami Gardens with a preview. Good morning, Kenneth.
Well, good morning. Several years ago, the ambitious idea to run a race around Hard Rock Stadium became a reality. And 1 week from today, the Formula One world will gather at the 305 for the third ever running of the Miami Grand Prix.
You know, F1 is unpredictable sometimes.
As the global motorsport sets its sights on Miami, the 2024 season wrapped up a trip over 8,000 miles away in China, a race that was the return to domination for Max Verstappen, who suffered mechanical issues that spiced up the third race of the season at Australia.
I, to be honest, was in the same opinion after the first two races. Wow, this will be a dominating season for Max. And then Melbourne comes along and everything changes.
Lately, it's back to form for the Dutch driver who looks to capture his third straight win at the Miami International Autodrome that surrounds Hard Rock Stadium. The city began hosting Formula One races in 2022 and is one of the three events currently held in the U.S. But the 305 offers excitement on both fronts in its own way, according to Gunther Steiner.
I think we're in a very good place because it is always, it's first of all, it's about the race. And you can see that in Miami this year there's a lot of more racing going on, but also bringing in like entertainment, like it was brought in Miami 3 years ago. It raised the level of families to go there. You know, it's fantastic for a whole family to go to a race weekend. You see cars and you can do a lot of other stuff as well.
The exciting event will start May 3rd for free practice run and runs all the way through Grand Prix Sunday on May 5th. Tickets are still available to buy on f1miamigp.com. Reporting live, we're here in Miami Gardens. Kenneth Bueno, Caplin News.
This morning, President Biden is back in the White House after visiting Florida during a campaign event. With a fiery speech in Tampa yesterday, Biden launched one of his most forceful attacks of the 2024 campaign against presumptive Republican nominee Donald Trump. The president said Trump is responsible for, quote, the nightmare caused by the overturning of Roe v. Wade. But he also touched base on foreign policies and how the United States stands as a leader for other countries.
I've spent an awful lot of my time dealing with foreign policy because I was chairman of that committee and because that's why Barack asked me for years to handle proportions of that. And one of the things that people don't understand, I don't think fully, is we are the essential nation. No, not a joke. It's not hyperbole, it's not bragging.
President Biden hopes his speech will help attract votes for him in the red state for November.
And keeping touching bases with this morning, Donald Trump's criminal hush trial takes a break in New York City. The judge over the case denied the former president's attempt to subpoena information from Stormy Daniels, calling it, quote, overboard. Prosecutors also opposed the motion. The court will not be in session today, but will resume on Thursday.
And as we touch still on from more politics, we continue. On Tuesday night, the Senate passed a significant foreign aid bill to provide assistance to Ukraine, Israel, and Taiwan. The $95 billion measure was passed by bipartisan support and now heads to President Biden's desk for his signature. Once that happens, the U.S. will start sending weapons and equipment to Ukraine and providing humanitarian assistance to Taiwan and Israel.
Mental health has been gaining more recognition in every aspect of the society, and the news industry is no exception. Today, we dive into the unseen battles faced by war correspondents over the front lines. In this special assignment report, Pamela Carrera from Caplin's D.C. Bureau takes a closer look.
For many years, we have witnessed agonizing scenes from war and conflict zones from the lenses of courageous journalists who risk their lives to keep us informed. But have you ever stopped to think about the toll that these experiences take on their mental health? Do they need help? And if so, are they getting it?
I look up in the sky and it's a missile, and the missile landed probably about half a mile, quarter of a mile from our hotel.
Every time Gonzalez hears a plane overhead, it brings him back to this moment.
Nos pasaron varios tiros por al lado.
Several shots passed right by us. To see or hear shots pass by you, that is something horrible. It scares you tremendously, because there you clearly see that if it hits any part of your body, it would completely tear it apart. Reporting from war zones can deeply affect journalists' mental health, often leading to conditions like post-traumatic stress disorder, also known as PTSD. A study conducted by the U.S. Veteran Affairs found that compared to other journalists, war journalists reported higher scores on measures of depression, PTSD, and higher weekly alcohol consumption.
Some people become isolated and they just drink a lot. I've seen it happen. It can really damage your life. One of the things you have to do when you do this over and over again is find a way of staying healthy physically and emotionally.
The main thing this journalist had in common is that communication helped them to cope.
Yeah, it looks like you're just having a few drinks with friends and you're just talking about all the stuff you saw, but it's really part of the processing of what you saw, because they can relate to it. They were there, or they were in a similar situation and they understand you.
The Committee to Protect Journalists, or CPJ, is a global press freedom nonprofit organization whose one of many roles is to assist journalists in need.
Last year, we provided 584 journalists with support, so that's financial and non-financial assistance, but trauma support was by far the biggest type of need globally that we provided. So that just speaks to it's a huge issue globally.
If you would like to support CPJ, you can donate at cpj.org/donate. Reporting from Washington, D.C. for Caplin News, Pamela Correa.
And now for a tropical story. It's all in the family for a local business owned by the Pizet family. A look that only an insider could give you this morning. From Caplin's Dylan Pizet.
Hello everybody, and welcome to what is a sort of a local business spotlight. Today I'm here at Dee's Fruit Trees, a local fruit tree retailer here in Miami-Dade County. Dee's Fruit Trees was started in 2019 by Dustin Pizet, a father who left his job of nearly 20 years to follow his passion, and now he has a business to sell not just common, but also rare and exotic fruit trees.
We're specializing in 95 different varieties of grafted fruit trees from around the tropical world. It is a family business. This has started from our backyard 5 years ago. My wife has been a big part of it, and my sons have really helped me out. Without them, I wouldn't have been able to do this, because it's just a lot of labor and it's too much for one person to do, but with the help of my family, I've been able to really get this thing on the road.
Dee isn't alone in this venture. His son Hunter is crucial in helping him complete some of his most demanding jobs.
Well, it's actually a nice environment because we all work together as a team. When we do installs, we either one-on-one or we work together or divide and conquer our tree installations. We do deliveries, and we also got 2 locations as of right now where we could tend the client's needs and get the trees they want.
Aside from the manual labor, there's still plenty of work to be done. Dee's wife, Christina, is always lending her husband a helping hand, both around the house and around the nursery.
I provide support for Dee in any way that I can. Sometimes it's translating Spanish language calls and emails for him. Other times it's marketing, and other times it's providing encouragement, because being an entrepreneur is difficult. It's extremely rewarding, but it has its challenges. This passion of his that he is so knowledgeable about, and he is the hardest working man that I know. So honestly, I knew it would be a great success, and I was very excited for him, and I still am.
Dee is currently moving all of his merchandise from his home to his new location here on Chrome Avenue. So if you want some fruit trees, just call up Dee. For Caplin News, I am Dylan Pizet.
The Florida Panthers looking for a second win in Game 2 of the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
That's still ahead, and so is the story.
Harris lifts this to right. It's a bullet. and it's off the base of the wall.
The Miami Marlins are looking to tie the series in the home of the Braves. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
There are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
Turning over to the sports world, Marlins fans had to cry themselves to sleep after a second straight shutout loss against the division-leading Atlanta Braves. You know, Jason, it may not be the best season for the Marlins yet, as they were stuck in neutral at Atlanta as they face off against the division rivals.
You may be right, Valentina, but the difference was between Miami and Atlanta, which was evident on the diamond, as Miami once again failed to score. Atlanta's Max Reed pitched a complete game shutout en route to a victory for the Braves. Now, the final score was Marlins 0, Atlanta 5, and Miami does look to avoid the sweep and score their first run of the series tonight, hopefully at 7:30.
They call them the Cardiac Cats, and this morning, some playoff evidence of how the Florida Panthers earned that nickname. Game 2 against the Lightning went into overtime because Sergei Bobrovsky performed one of the most athletic saves in NHL goalie history. Carter Verhaeghe scored the winner in overtime, and fans showered the ice in rubber rats. The final score for this game was Tampa 2, Panthers 3. The Cats hold a 2-0 series lead as the series moves to Tampa. Don't go anywhere, you're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Jason Arrow.
I'm Valentina Gaspari. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.